Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm Paradoxic, and welcome back to Supergirl, this time we're on Season 5, Episode 3, titled Blurred Lines. And in the last one, we were introduced to Jonn's brother, older or younger, I'm not entirely sure, but his brother, his Martian brother, known as Malefic, who was not much of a hero on Mars, not much of a hero during the whites versus greens Martian kind of civil war that went on. He was actually branded a traitor to the cause because he helped the white Martians during the war by poisoning green Martian minds and making them weaker, I presume, to the white Martian attacks. But he did a lot of traitorous stuff towards the green Martians, so I think he was branded as a traitor, and I think he was like cast out maybe, or like exiled in somewhere. I can't exactly remember what happened after that, but he was branded a traitor from the green Martian community. So he's been brought back by the Monitor, as we saw in episode 1, and he's also working with a white Martian, a more evil white Martian than Megan or any of the other Resistance members we saw way back when. But he's working with them, and he's working to exact vengeance upon Jonn for having left him on Mars in his time of need or whatever, but he is working on exacting vengeance on Jonn, and I think he did kind of pick up a hint from Kelly in the last one, saying like, something about resetting his mind or something, so I think he's either going to try and reset his own mind, so Jonn can't explore in there anymore, or he's going to try and reset Jonn's mind, which would make him weaker to any mental attacks that he kind of pulls, but either way, he's going to be exacting vengeance on Jonn. So that's that. We had Lena further tampering with, or further kind of experimenting with her AI technology that she's creating, and tampering with her contact lenses given to her by Obsidian, and trying to use the patented technology from that to try and further her own technology. And Andrea caught onto this and warned her pretty strongly against actually doing that, and told her, last time she tried to sell Supergirl as a story to Andrea to the Catco server, but this time if she tries anything else, Lena herself will be the story. So don't know if that's like a call for character assassination or defamation or something, but she warned Lena pretty strongly against using Obsidian North tech to further her own agenda, whatever it is, but Lena is still working on her own tech, Project Do No Harm, I believe it's called, working on actually removing the whole emotion and like stuff like that from the human mind to stop humans from being able to hurt each other or be able to process that kind of hurt. All part of her plan to be shady towards Supergirl for having kept her secret for so long. But she also ended the episode with having Hope like tracking the different like neural pathway. Neural, I think it's neural. Yeah, like neural pathways in Eve's brain, because she had kidnapped Eve, obviously, so she tracked the pathways in Eve's brain so that Hope knew where to go, so she had Hope possessing Eve's mind that way, and then so now Eve is now playing Hope, or she's being mind controlled by Hope, so like a humanoid Ultron, almost like a humanoid what's her name, Jakarta, I think. Is it Jakarta? I think so. I think the bride of Ultron from the comics and the games, I think Jakarta, Jocasta, that's it, Jocasta, not Jakarta, Jocasta, like kind of like her, that's the thing that comes to mind, but yeah, like a humanoid female Ultron, so yeah, but Hope's possessed Eve's mind, so that's that. What else? We had Danson and Brainiac kind of progressing further in their relationship, Danson especially, I think, we had the Green Martian kind of infiltrating I was about to say Kyla, Alex and Kelly's lives, impersonating Kelly at first, and then trapping Alex, and she figured, because like her hands were cold and stuff, and she didn't respond to blueberry muffins even though she's deathly allergic. But Danson, like they went through their own thing. Like she, Alex wanted to make Alex. I keep thinking Kylo and I keep saying Alex. Alex wanted to make Kelly a lovely breakfast in the morning to eat, but she accidentally almost killed her using her blueberry pancakes, because Kelly is deathly allergic to blueberry pancakes, so she spent the entire episode kind of scolding her herself for almost having killed her new love of her life. So then by the end of the episode, after they went through some traumas of their own of being impersonated by the Green Martian by Malefic, she ended the episode by giving Alex a list of all of her allergies so she knows in the future what to avoid when giving her anything at all. And then ended that episode in cuddles, in some lovely warm cuddles, so that was good. And then on Brainy's side, we had Brainy just smothering Nia in love, smothering her in love, particularly in the form of food, in like sushi. Well, he made her some lovely breakfast burritos and then mistook her kind of appreciation for, yes, give me food every second of the day. So he smothered her with sushi at work and then gave her, like, I don't know, he just kept on feeding her, and then she tried to kind of talk him down from it. Then, you know, she told him what else she liked. So she liked, you know, like rom-coms and like, what was it, like poetry and just a bunch of other stuff. So then he ended the night by serenading her to sleep with a shit ton of poetry. So yeah, Brainy is not really his. I mean, I think I don't know. He says he's been in relationships before, but I think maybe you want this one because it's in the past. Maybe like dating in the 53rd century is a completely different culture and whatnot. But I don't know. It could be his. I mean, or it could be his first relationship with someone he actually loves. Maybe the other ones were romantic flings, if anything. So this one could be the first one where he's actually told, like, he actually knows he loves the person and wants them to stick around, and he's afraid of them moving on or something. But either way, he's just not really used to relationships, like thinking long term, and especially after everything he's been through with her, he just doesn't want to lose her or anything in that kind of sense. So yeah, but I think Nia's still gonna have some more talks with him on how to actually tone that stuff down and not smother her with so much love. But you know, a little bit every now and then, and every other time is still good, but they'll get through it. So we had that. We also had William Day stalking Kara after calling up a friend and asking him to track Kara's phone. So he then climbed down into the sewers where Kara as Supergirl was fighting the White Martian. So whether or not he puts two and two together and figures out that Kara is Supergirl, I do not know yet, but he then returned to work and then took on Kara's work and finished it off, not really for her, but just kind of took over her work, the work that was assigned to her. And then, you know, he's just giving off an overall kind of annoying kind of vibe, like a dickish kind of vibe. He admits he's always gotten ahead by doing, like not by doing other people's work for them, but by taking over other people's work and actually, you know, like getting it ahead as his own deadline and whatnot, and, you know, just progressing that way. So, you know, just kind of like cheating his way into the top of the game. So he's giving off a dickish vibe already. But by the end of the episode, we actually saw a different kind of vibe to him, like a different kind of color. Like he left work to go down to the soup kitchen, to the homeless shelter, and give food to the to homeless people and actually help them out. So that was unexpected and different. So I guess there is some like good Samaritan elements to him that, you know, if given the chance to shine, they will shine bright. But at work, he is just a kind of self-obsessed person. But we will see what more there is to this William Day character and what more there is to all of these character arcs moving forward. But that is pretty much all I have from the last one. So episode 3, Bloodlines. Let's go. Oh, I knew it. This was no. That is a big no-no. That is a big no-no. Big no-no. No.
Maybe I'm a little nervous about having lunch with Lena. It's the first time we're hanging out since I told her I was Supergirl. I was just lying to her.
Every right to be nervous.
Lena forgave you. Okay, so you're gonna have to just let go of the past. I just want things to be great between us. I just thank you for poem 100 and
127.
127. All night. Oh,
I think you've got it.
Yeah. At 127, you should have it by then.
Show me some sparkly death.
Sparkly death? What do you want? Jesus hit by a unicorn?
Dr. Niles Jarrett, a health tech billionaire, recently
Niles
discovered
Jarrett.
deceased in a nightclub
Yeah. Oh, and you know all about that, don't you, Mr. William Day?
A dead scientist is not sparkly.
And there's no substantive story. So stop wasting our time.
Story? How about the fact that you threatened him in a nightclub?
Into it yet.
I've looked into it thoroughly.
Oh, I'm sure.
Nothing
I'm
there.
sure.
Franklin, next corpse, please.
For introducing him to Spider Killer Lady.
Another poem. Every hour of every day, Brainy sends a new ode to a new body part.
To a new body.
Sorry,
Actually, no, you know what? I'm
not
good.
Appropriate or important right now.
To a new body part, really?
I want to restore my missing memories.
Is that Sean Astin? Was that Sean Astin? Yeah, that's Sean Astin. Wait, Kelly knows Sean Astin? She knows Sean. Okay, he's probably not Sean Astin, but still. Sean Astin's in Supergirl. That's great. That's cool.
And the cappuccinos. Did you really go to Pave in Milan?
It didn't take me that long.
You know what? I have really been missing out on the perks of having Supergirl as a best friend.
She brought her food from France. How do people think that she's not in love with her? Like, how is this not proof?
Paris to pick up lunch. These scones from Dublin. My God, you could fly these in every day.
Yeah, she literally flew to another country to bring her favorite food.
Andrea behaving civilized?
Super cool. Okay.
Not exactly
Endgame.
I would use.
Whoa. Oh, jeez.
Malefic, I love you.
Oh, so they left him here. They left him here. So a younger but an older Jonn.
For your healing every day.
A younger but an older Jonn.
He has faith that one day you will return home to us. Ranvir's not my salvation, brother.
Oh, jeez. Oh, and he allied himself with the White Martians.
In my father's anguish, he must have wiped both our memories.
Yep. He couldn't bear the thought of his son being a traitor.
Existence.
As fascinated as I am by a dead guy with a tattooed heart, I am far more interested in hearing about your lunch with Lena. How did it go?
It's great.
Yeah, she brought her food from France
Oh no.
and
What
Dublin.
happened?
Breaking into a secure army facility and stealing Lex Luthor's journals.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Kara, are you
Now
out of
that's
your
love.
mind?
I just blurred
That
it
is
out. I wasn't
love.
thinking,
Mhm.
but you should have seen how much. Let me zoom in. That's the
Spider.
That's the tattoo on his heart.
El Spider. El
What do
Arachnid.
you see? Do you?
I'm scared I'm gonna hurt myself.
I am not gonna let you hurt yourself, Pete. But you
This
have
is
to
wrong,
understand,
Malefic. Even for you.
it's
Actually,
not
I don't
that
even know
simple.
how bad you
got
are
this
as a
new
person,
and
so
then there's protocol.
regardless, this is wrong.
Please help me.
You better transform that hand back in. No, you ain't doing no killing today. You ain't doing no killing today.
The office will thin out in an hour, and I'll sneak you in later. We'll
Yeah,
start with
that's
the
it. Transform
diagnosis.
that into
Give
those
you some answers, but
furry
Pete,
sausage hands. No offense to Sean Astin. I'm sure he has lovely
Is
hands.
that okay?
Of course.
However painful, both of you will be better for it. If you're still feeling blue, I could cheer you up with a poem.
Oh, jeez, no more poems.
Neonol's left earlobe.
Her left earlobe?
Please,
Her left
no.
earlobe? Has he already done her right earlobe?
Is there something you wanted to tell me?
Yes, please stop with the poems. Just tone it down. Just tone it down.
No.
I don't think I invited you here.
Oh, jeez.
I invited
Okay.
myself.
Whoa! We got Spider-Woman up in here now. We got Spider-Woman. And Guardians in the game. That's cool.
Yeah, I came prepared.
Ah, nice. Nice. That's it. That's it. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, God, I would wish I had laser eyes in that situation. Oh, damn it, James. Oh, crap. Oh. Oh, no, 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 no. Not in the mask. Not in the mask. Okay, that was quick. That was good.
Including the external drive.
Oh, frick. Oh, this is not good for my arachnophobia.
More complicated than anything I've seen.
It's the rest of your dream about what happened on Mars. The part you didn't see. Do you want to see it? Because it's going to be painful.
Oh, jeez, what is this? What have you seen, Nia? What things have your poor mind seen? Or what? Jonn wiped his father's mind. And his own mind. He wiped his and his father's mind.
It was me.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
You must swear to me. You will never speak of what you saw.
No, this stays between you two. No, I fully agree. This stays between the two of you. Yeah, this is going to be something very personal to Jonn, and he's not going to get over it anytime soon. Oh, good
These
God.
will scan your brain.
Dr. Stern, we have reason to believe that you are the target of an assassination attempt.
Oh, too late. Oh, way too late. Oh, oh, just in time. Just in time. And there she is. Ms. Catherine O'Connor, aka Spider Lady. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Uh-huh. Yeah, huh? He's him. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, no, no. Whoa. Oh, jeez. Oh, God. There we go. Suck that arachnid right out of her. That's it. That's it. No more spider powers for you.
Who do you work for?
Oh, jeez. Some kind of shadow assassin, apparently.
Dead.
Yeah.
What just killed her?
Friggin', what's his name? Thingy, Stannis Baratheon, maybe? I don't know.
This is the power that the Phantom Zone took from me.
What? Telekinesis? Oh, the power to control mind control. Oh no, oh no. No! Come on, Kelly, come on, Kelly, come on, Kelly, come on, don't. Fight back, fight back, fight back, fight back. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, crap. No, 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 no. That's not what it looks like. That is not what it looks like.
You can see me?
Yeah, she's connected. You used you used your powers on her. Oh, God. Oh, jeez. Oh, Jesus.
I can only operate at 100%, which is entirely my problem, and not yours.
Oh, Brainy. Oh, Brainy. No, don't take this the wrong way. No. Oh, Brainy. God. Frick's sake. What's William doing now? Who else is he gonna threaten? She got the notebooks.
You were right.
That's
I
love.
was too open.
That's
and too
love.
trusting.
I hope we haven't crossed any boundaries.
No, for a friend like you, there are no boundaries.
Okay. Friend. Okay. Alright. Okay.
Don't tell me where you're going.
What now, Lena?
Did you find what you need?
What now?
Deciphering now.
How to use Q-waves in the pursuit of mind control by Lex Luthor.
Now I know what I have to do.
Of course, he would encode it beyond any basic decryption. But okay. Interesting episode. Where to begin? So, I think the most dramatic elements of the episode were definitely the storyline with Jonn and Malefic. So Malefic had a very traumatizing childhood. He was bullied as a child due to his disconnection from the traditional Green Martian hive mind, but also his stronger connection and stronger ability to corrupt other people's minds with his own willpower and his own kind of mind control as well. And so because of that, because Jonn and Mirren went they saw the corruption and the danger behind that, they isolated Mirren mainly kind of isolated him as a child, from the Green Martians, to the point where many years had passed and they'd both grown into much older men. And I think I have to say they actually did a pretty good job on younger but still old, younger, like in terms of the CGI. They actually did like a good choice, like a good job on younger David Harewood. Like it's like it is visible, like you can tell that they use CGI to de-age him and stuff like that. But it did remind me of how they de-aged Samuel L. Jackson and Captain Marvel for Nick Fury in the 90s. But in this one it was still a good job. It was still a pretty good job that they did. And I'm guessing. I mean, I don't know how old David Harewood is, but I think it helps that he doesn't actually look that old. Like I mean, if I had to guess, I'd say he was probably like in his early 30s, maybe. Yeah, like pretty early 30s. I mean, if I had to hazard a guess, I think I'd say he's in his early 30s. But again, I think it's like it's an advantage that he looks young enough, so they don't have to spend as much CGI budget on actually de-aging him, since he looks young enough. They just take away a few wrinkles here and there, and give him younger looking skin and whatnot. So it works, and it looks good. So that's that. But yeah, so they isolated him as a child to the point where he grew up just thinking that he had no allies, no friends, no family. It's pretty late at night, so that's why the yawning is incessant. But they gave him no friends, no allies, no family, no anything, so he ended up allying himself with the White Martians. And in that regard, they kind of like they recognize his power for mental corruption, and they use that against his own people, and he used it against his own people. So that kind of led his father into more and more anguish that he had failed Ronmir the god, and he had failed his own people and his children. So that kind of anguish, originally we thought like Mirren had wiped both their minds in his own anguish, but then it's revealed now that Jonn actually saw the anguish that his father was in and couldn't bear to watch him going through so much heartbreak, having lost his own son. So he then wiped his father's mind of his brother's existence, and he wiped his own mind of his own existence. And he said in Martian culture, like, erasing a memory, any kind of memory, I think, is actually the most the biggest sin in Martian culture, because like mind control, like with them, mind control is like a biological thing. So like there are rules when it comes to what you can and cannot do. So like erase it like he's uncomfortable with mind control as a whole, or searching memories as a whole, because it's an invasion of a person's privacy. So like to find out that he created the greatest sin, to actually erase a person's whole existence from someone else's memory, that he committed that great of a sin. It completely tore him down. It completely broke him down, like knowing that he was the reason he could never, like he always he doubted he had a brother when he first met Malefic, and that's the reason why, because he wiped his own mind of his brother's existence, and then later on Malefic was thrown into the Phantom Zone. So then that made it easier, like not having him on Mars, and instead just having him somewhere else. So that was that. So yeah, but David Harewood's performance during that scene, that was, I mean, he's proved time and time again that he's a terrific actor. Like, his time spent as J'onn J'onzz, as the Martian Manhunter, has been nothing short of spectacular. And especially his performance last season, like his I am the Martian Manhunter scene, that was off the charts amazing. So just loving more and more of David Harewood as J'onn J'onzz, just loving it all the more. But yeah, that was very nicely explored, I feel. We had Sean Astin coming in to Supergirl. I think Sean Astin is pretty much here and there and everywhere in terms of like nerdy sci-fi kind of pop culture. And I have no tissue, so that's a nightmare. Not the point. But yeah, I mean, obviously, like most OG fans know him from Lord of the Rings. I watched Lord of the Rings like once. I'm not like a huge fanatic about it, but I do recognize him from Lord of the Rings. And then I think after that, I remember seeing him in he was on Stranger Things as well, most prominently, and then he died on that. And then he was on Big Bang Theory, I saw, and then he left that, and then and now he's over on Supergirl, so he is in a lot of like pop culture-y sci-fi style stuff, which I've heard he loves those kinds of roles. I mean, he probably wouldn't do it if he didn't like it. But yeah, it's cool to see Sean Astin coming into something new. So I mean, obviously it doesn't seem very permanent, because I mean, it seems like it was just for this episode and for them to have him impersonate someone else. And he was once again infiltrating Kelly's life, like impersonating like a soldier she worked with during in Afghanistan. I think she herself, I think she was like a PTSD specialist. Like she worked as like a military psychologist, I believe. But I think he was probably like an actual soldier. So he impersonated her, like the one face she'd actually recognize. And then by working with the Q waves within the obsidian thingies, working with the Q waves unlocked a power that he'd lost in the Phantom Zone, or like before entering the Phantom Zone, like the ability to actually, the ability to actually like broadcast his mind into that of another person, and to actually to reassert his mental dominance, like the power he lost, like the actual ability to control other people's minds, and like according to what he did to Kelly, like actually control their bodies as well, like making her move over to the counter, grab a shard, and trying to stick it in her neck and everything. So that part had me very, very concerned. But yeah, so Sean Astin as P.T. Andrews, I believe his name was, and also as Malefic. That was cool, and he pretty much nailed the Martian language too, so that was pretty damn cool to see. So that was that. We had Nia using her dreamer powers to work with Jonn as well, and we saw her helping him explore more of his memories, so that was a cool team up to see. And Nicole and David worked great together during that scene as well, like both terrific actors. So that was pretty cool. And also at the end, Nia confronting Brainy. That was, I don't blame her for actually finding. I mean, I think I would say she took her time doing it, but at the same time, he is her boyfriend. She doesn't want to hurt his feelings. She doesn't want to say or do anything that might hurt him or give him the wrong idea. But in the end, I feel like that might have been what happened anyway. But I mean, she definitely has a point. I mean, from the second episode, pretty much you could see that stuff with them was going kind of OTT. Like he was, like, I think one confession of love, and he decides to smother her with love. I mean, everyone loves it. I mean, I think most people love a good smothering of love and stuff. But when it's like constant, like, I mean, yeah, like when it's constant, it becomes a little bit too much, and that's very, very noticeable. Especially like sending them stacks and stacks of food, and like everything else they like listening to what they like, and then just throwing it at them in piles and in heaps and whatnot. That's not exactly a healthy relationship. Like it's like, sure, like drop by her place for lunch, like pick her up for lunch or something every other day, or like read a poem like every once in a while, and and like the poems, dedicating the poems to her body parts, really. Like, I mean, she mentioned that, I mean, she first mentioned it when she was at Jean's office and said, "Oh, look, another poem dedicated to Nia's to one of Nia's body parts." And then, I mean, not to be inappropriate with that firsthand, I'm sure he wouldn't go there. But I mean, like how many poems can you make about a body part? Like, oh, Nia's index finger on her left hand is appropriately proportioned and has skin as smooth as silk. I don't know. I'm not a poet, and I mean, and he did Nia's earlobe as well, like a poem dedicated to her earlobe. Like, again, like I totally get where I get where Brainy's coming from. He wants to show how much he loves her, but I get where Nia's coming from as well. Like, it's like, this is too much love, more love than she's prepared to handle. But the ending, I do kind of feel Brainy's. I do like empathize with Brainy's pain at the end, like him being like, so you at first you wanted me to be fully myself with you, but now you don't want to. Like him, doing one thing 100% is pretty much the best way he works, and also the only way he knows how to work. So if he can't, do that, then he doesn't know what else to do, and then he just walks out of the apartment, and I'm like, no, please do not sink this ship over some stupidity like poetry, please, come on, work through this, okay, just find a way to work through this. You guys are a great couple, you can easily find a way to fix this. Where'd it go? Oh, okay. But oh jeez, I don't even know anymore. But I mean, I get where they're both coming from. Brainy just wants to show her his love. Nia just wants him to understand when too much is too much, So you can't exactly blame her for trying, but and you can't blame him for trying either. But I mean, hopefully in the next episode they will actually get together and have a real proper talk about what's good and what's bad and what's okay and what's too much, and have that kind of talk. I mean, that's also like what a relationship is built on, like actually talking to each other, understanding how you feel and what you want out of the relationship and all of that stuff, and actually like actually coming to like a kind of compromise or a deal as to what's right and what's too much and what can be handled and all that sort of stuff. So hopefully they can come to another kind of another kind of compromise of sorts that will end in both of them being happy and no one walking out of any doors. But yeah, that happened. That hurt and it happened. But yeah, and also spider tattoos. I don't know. No. I mean, spider tattoos. I mean, depending on how big they are, I guess they're cool. But when said tattoo jumps out of your body into a real spider and attacks another person, that, my people, is a no-no. That is a very big no-no for me. I mean, again, I think I've definitely mentioned it before. Have I? I don't know. Well, in case I haven't mentioned it before, I am like I'm an arachnophobe. I'm mildly arachnophobic. Like if it's like that big, I can handle it. If it's that big, maybe I can handle it. If it's that big or bigger, no. Just no. Just no. Just no. No. If I can see it from the other side of the room, if it's on that wall over there and I can see it loud and clear, then that's a no-no. That's a very big no-no for me. But yeah, I mean, like arachnophobia has kind of been a thing of mine from childhood, so I've never really been truly fond of them, and ironic given that Spider-Man is one of my favorite superheroes. But hey, I mean, spiders, I don't got nothing. I don't have anything against them. It's just some of them are seriously creepy and crawly and stuff. And hey, some of them can even kill you. Like a black widow spider can kill you. But yeah, spider tattoos. That's an interesting new alien to follow up on. Kelly was sent away at the end of this episode because of the fact that the Q-Wave's attack, the mental attack on her by Malefic, means that she can now see Malefic even when he's shapeshifted into someone else, which makes her a threat. So, that kind of puts her life in a lot of danger because Malefic would easily go after her any chance he gets. So I fully agree with Alex. The most logical thing would be to send her away and to bring her back once the Malefic threat is over. But yeah, I mean, Kelly and Alex. Oh god, great! Now I've got hiccups. Great. But yeah, no. Like Alex and Kelly, I think that you can see they are very, very different people. Like, Alex, she's not really one to talk about what she's going to do. Like, she does if gently coaxed into it, and if the right opportunity arises and she's in the right kind of mindset to talk, she will happily talk about what's bothering her and happily accept advice and whatnot. But she's not generally known to be someone who's largely open about her feelings or her issues or what's bothering her. Like, she often just tends to stress-eat her way through stress. But I mean, Kelly is pretty much the complete opposite. I mean, her job is based around psychology. Her history is she worked in the military as an army psychologist, working with soldiers with PTSD, and even now with Obsidian North, she works on treating stuff like dementia and PTSD with the with Obsidian North technology. So she is her job description is to be able to talk to people about their issues and their feelings. So it's two very, very kind of contradicting parts. Like one person who just kind of stresses through their emotions and doesn't really talk much, versus another one who's really open about their feelings and actually encourages you to talk to them. So I mean that's the kind of like I think that is pretty much a good example of opposites attract. That's a good example of opposites attract. Like someone who's actually fairly open with their feelings and encourages you to be open with them, and paired up with someone who's like kind of who doesn't mind talking, but most of the time does kind of keep to themselves and just kind of works through their stress in whatever way, whatever tactic works for them. So it's good enough. It's a good pairing. It's a good matchup, and even without that stuff, they are romantic and cute as hell together. So Danson will live on forever. But yeah, that's that stuff with Kelly. Kara, I don't know how people still don't believe that she's in love with with Lena. I mean, this endgame stuff is becoming more and more blatantly obvious as the episodes go on. Like, for one thing, she brought her food from another fucking country. Okay, you do not go all the way to. I mean, okay, granted she can fly by herself. Okay, I'll admit that. Granted, she's an alien, so she has the power of flight and stuff like that. So granted all of that stuff, but still. That's because she has the means to do it. She has the means, and she uses those means to her full potential. She uses the methods available to her to their full potential. Like if she wasn't in love, she would just be like, oh, I found these great imported Dutch Belgian waffles covered in American chocolate down like at the supermarket 2 blocks down the road, and be like, yeah, that's some foreign food for you. That's what she would do if it was for a friend, and maybe if it was someone she didn't really care about. But it's Kara, she cares about everyone. But yeah, either way, she flew all the way to Paris to buy her pastries and whatnot. She flew to Milan. She flew to Dublin. Yeah, she flew all the way to Ireland. She flew to these countries to pick out her favorite foods in the finest of qualities, so that Lena would have a lovely, scrumptious, well-cooked, homemade kind of lunch. Okay, do not talk shit to me about, oh, they're not in love, they're just friends, they're just gal pals palling around. Nada. Okay, that is blatant evidence of Supergirl. Okay, that is blatant evidence of Supergirl. You can say anything else all you want, that is blatant evidence. Okay. But yeah, I mean, just more and more. I mean, Supergirl is pretty much one of the most queer-baited couples in television history now. So, I mean, and it is a common kind of thing, like a common argument that like the writers keep throwing in all these teasers and all these little kind of undertones to the scenes, and just keep on teasing the audience that really wants it. And it's true, they've got us by the strings like puppets, and they're playing us away, they're playing our emotions away. But yeah, and also she breaks into a secure US military kind of base to steal some of her torturous and manipulative adoptive brother's research, but also his childhood stuff. For Lena, like the childhood thing was under the guise of her having night terrors. I mean, knowing Lena, she actually could have it. Like, she's a very, very tortured and tormented soul, so she actually could have it. But we know, given her ulterior motives, it was also a ploy to get her to bring his research back, which, knowing Lex, would have definitely been encrypted in some like 12th dimensional language times by 1 billion, or I don't know, something. But it was encrypted, even Lena said, and then Hope decrypted it, so good on Hope. But yeah, she broke into a secure army base and brought her food, fresh made, from 3 different countries. Kara is in love with Lena, okay? That is literally that is the Occam's razor conclusion, okay? Enough said. But yeah, there was that, and Hope seems to be doing well enough in Eve's body. I think if she went in to hug Lena, and Eve and Lena still saw Eve, so there's still that. But I mean, Yeah, I think I think there is a definite kind of difference in mannerism and poise and kind of like body language and speech patterns that that allow you to differentiate from Eve to Hope, and I think again that's just like a testament to Andrea Brooks's acting ability in itself. Like I think yeah, I do believe it. Like well, at least from what I've seen of those kinds of characters in different in other products, like it does often take like quite a bit of like skill to actually be able to pass off another character in the same body as believable. Like you do have to like try and convince the audience like, oh, I look just like this other character, like the same character that you saw before, but I am actually a completely different identity now. So I mean, Hope and Eve are very, very separable kind of like entities at this point. So it's a testament to Andrea's acting ability. So it's really cool to see that. But what else? Yeah, William, he's just a crafty dude. He's a crafty as hell kind of dude. He threatened Niles Jared in the beginning, and then had him, and then that led him over to the Spider Lady in the beginning, Catherine O'Connor, who then made out with him in the nightclub bathroom before killing him with a spider. So William definitely has more tricks up his sleeve than just trashing articles, and that thing at the end, I think he was making deals with some guy. He said he's like, you know, he's just fighting to keep. I think I'm gonna go back and listen to that again. I think, but from what I remember, he said something about fighting to keep like an operation alive, or fighting to keep some kind of game alive. But I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna hear what he said. See what it was. What you up to? Keep our what going? Oh, so he's keeping. He said he doesn't know how much longer he can keep them all going. So this is like a group effort. Clearly, I mean, the man alone suggests that William isn't working alone. So this is all some kind of group effort to accomplish a common motive. But what the motive is as of yet unclear. But William Day has a lot more demons up his sleeve and tricks up his sleeve than he's actually letting on. It's not just sabotaging fellow journalists' work and also taking their work for himself that he can go so that he can earn extra credit with Andrea. But what his further motives are, he's being paid off to keep something going, so maybe taking opponents off the board, or like even outside of journalism, taking them off the board or something. But then the original guy, Niles Jared, he was someone that Kara interviewed like a while back about something to do with like chain linked reactions, or I don't know, something. She interviewed him. I can't keep on with all that stuff, but she interviewed him, and so she recognized him as having done something. He was working on something to extend lives or something, so maybe something in the medical field, and then he dies so young, which she admitted was suspicious. So yeah, he's got some tricks up his sleeve. William's got tricks up his sleeve, and he is kind of working to bring people down and warning them against not working with him as well. He warned Niles against not working with him, and then he ended up being killed by a spider lady. So chances are he hired Catherine to kill him if the deal went sideways, which it did. So he's being paid off to actually make sure more of those deals actually go the way they want to. So yeah, William has got some more demons that Kara's unaware of, so it's not just sabotaging or anything like that. So what he is up to, we will see more of, but that is pretty much all I have from this episode. So looking forward to seeing how more of the Jonn and Malefic story is progressed, and how Jonn approaches the situation knowing this now, and how if he tries to confront Malefic again, we will see. Looking forward to more of Nia and Brainy sorting through their stuff, and Kara and Lena obviously desperately working through their stuff. But yeah, that is pretty much all I have from this episode. So that was Supergirl Season 5 Episode 3, yep, it's 3, titled Blurred Lines. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, then salt and burn that like button. Comment on what you thought of the episode and what you think is coming up in the next one. And yeah, that's it. So I will see you guys next time.